Hello, Gemini. Welcome back to Intuitive Insights with Willow. Here is where I'm always wishing you peace and the understanding that life is always happening for you, not to you. So let's see who's coming towards you. Gemini. Gemini. Oh, Gemini. Really? Did you see that whole stack? None of them flipped over. I thought I heard somebody knocking at my door. Hermit. Ooh, Gemini, you dealing with your cousin sign. That's Virgo. So a hermit is coming your way. Ten of ghosts too. So a Virgo. This is somebody that's been in a dugout. Somebody that's like been beaten to their own drum. Why is telling me Gemini ain't available? You could be a Gemini. You might be the one that's in the hermit mode. Hold on, let's clarify. So we don't have to do too many speculations. Ooh. I would say right now, but this thing is killing me. A bitch can't breathe. I fucking hate him. If you're a woman, you know what I'm talking about right now. Fucking triple D my ass. I'm about to take it off. I'm gonna fuck. I'm about to take it off. All right, Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, and Knight of Cups. Queen of Pentacles is also Virgo energy. That's funny. You're definitely dealing with a Virgo. So the fact that you Gemini and Virgo is who you share Mercury with, this is an individual that you were in a connection with. Or you're dealing with an individual who used to be very closed off with their emotions, and now they are coming through with that Jupiter energy because you have the Eight of Wands, and now they're being more expressive. Now they understand how to play their role or be a counterpart to another person. This is someone that understands now how to blend their life with someone else. It is, after being in a relationship for so long, I understand now people's concerns and like the dynamic, the big picture of being with someone. It's not just roses and butterflies, because you go through processes sometimes with losing yourself. Oh, you could have been with somebody that was like, I like whatever you like. And Gemini, you probably was like, bitch, you don't like everything that I like. You probably got bored with that. Probably was cute at the beginning, and then you realize that this person really don't know how to be themselves with someone else. So that caused, a rift between the two of you. Possibly. Page of Cups too. Yeah, it could have. This is the card of like apologies. All right. Why? Kind of said why already, huh? Let's go through the motion. Go through the motion. All right, why? Why is this? Why are they coming? What? No. Death. Ooh, because they want to bring life to the situation. This is why. You got two majors out here. This is a big energy. Now, you have death here and the reason of why. So this is like what's motivating them. You understand? It's not their intentions, but it's the motivation behind them coming to you. And they want to restore this. They want to, whatever this janky energy is. I mean, on the flip side, you could say they want to walk away from this, but that ain't the case because you got the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Wands. I mean, unless it's somebody that's really lighting a fire in their ass to run away. I was just speculating there. I don't feel that, but it's a possibility. What I do feel, this is an individual who wants to bring life. It's giving me a person that's like tight-lipped. This is somebody that's not really communicating. This is someone that's not confident, oh, it's giving me, I want to be with you, but I don't know how to be with you because I don't know how to be what you need. And then you are the one that's saying, I just need you to be who you are. And we'll figure the rest out on the way. That's what it's given. All right. What are the intentions in this connection? Cast your burdens onto Jesus, for he cares for you. Intentions. I had it like that. Oh, I did not. That's funny. Did you guys see how that flopped out? Oh, I must have did that because I got a few here. Guess what? I'm gonna put them. That's probably when I put them in. Anyways, we have Ace of Pumpkins. Now, with the Ace of Pumpkins here, whenever you're looking at the Pentacles, the opportunity of the home, this is someone whose intentions is to make the best of this situation. So you're dealing with someone, we coming through with earth energy, you know, with the Hermit, that's Virgo, that is earth energy along with Mercury, but you get what I'm saying. It's an individual who wants to, you want to hear a fun fact? Right in the middle of your reading. My husband just told me this because we was talking about Enoch, and he gonna fling this on me out of nowhere because I know Metatron. Like, that's who I've been, you know, anyways. And he gets up and he tells me, the Virgo, because my husband's a Virgo, he says, and do you know who Enoch is presumed to be? And I was like, who was Enoch supposed to be? Your Metatron. That's how he said it. That's how he started our morning before we went and got coffee. But I found that quite interesting. And why did I feel the need to tell you that right now? I have no idea. But communication is a big thing. We talk about Archangel Metatron, who is the most powerful angel of them all. He is like universe. Even when I think of him, what I see is like all these electrical zerts and this white like face. It's not like a face, it's like a energy bulb, but a face. It's hard for me to even, I should really try to draw this because it's pretty awesome to look at. But when he comes up, that's how he comes up to me, with like these colors, but the colors are like red, but it's like white. You know, you ever seen like those cute like electrical bolts? Anyways, so this is someone that's trying to create something. What I mean by bringing that up is that when you have all this energy, they could just bring life, bring action, but can also bring destruction. When I look at that and I see Virgo energy, where can I put this? So you could be dating a scientist. This could be someone that's really into like, I'm hearing bookworm, book nerd, like, but not that it's one that's actionary, but in deep thought. When they talk to you, it's giving me like the two of you understand each other, but they can get pretty like nerdy with it. That's what I'm getting. That's what I see. So with this individual, maybe with the two of you like dealing with each other, they could be like really into computers, really into programming. They could really be into, like I said, science. And in the degree of science, I'm talking about like making medicine. Someone that is building, all I see is a lab and those tubes. There's like two other people that's in there. That's all I see. This is a person that's very particular with the things that they do, you know. And you know, the love stuff is like, ooh, what is that? You know, it's kind of fuzzy. It could be an individual too. Not saying Virgos aren't great with their mothers. They are. And their fathers, they are. It depends on their relationship. But what I will say is they're not like, they could be a mama's boy and mama's girl. Like, they can be that, but they don't exude that. Do you understand? Like, their parents' words hold weight, but they don't live their life to appease their parents. If you get what I'm saying? This is that person. But here, with their intentions to create something with you, they want to create a dynamic with you that is something solid. But although they don't know exactly where this is going to go, what angle, like what's going to come of this, they're taking like your advice and doing this one step at a time. It's like, I know something's here. And no matter how many times they look at you, looking at you is like looking into the abyss of like the sky. You know, it's like, man, I don't know what to make of this, but I don't want to lose this person. They like, it's a person that you two could like be in a room together and not talk. And you, Gemini, you might just be like, okay, I'll be laughing. This is like over. And then when the night's like over, you guys like hanging out. Well, I don't mean that like in a negative way. You'd be like, okay, well, this is like about to end. And, you know, like, you know, what is this? And then they hit you with the, this was the best. I had the best time with you. And you're like, what the fuck? They're like, yeah. It's like, but we didn't even like really do anything. But being in your presence just makes them happy. It's cute. Okay. Now let's get some advice. You are worth the waiting for. You. Advice here, communicate more. You have justice at the bottom of the deck as well. So here we are, 5 of bats. This is air energy, all right? This is Aquarius energy. So your advice here is communication. Really work on the way you guys communicate with one another. I mean, because I did just give you a very solid example. You're thinking like, it's kind of blah, but whatever. And they're like, oh, this is the best time ever. You like, bitch, what? So maybe, you know, this is a person, look, this is a union between two people who have the ability to make this whatever they want. You essentially have someone, you present them with something that's promising. They will bend over backwards to make this work. So like, you want to hang out with them. They want to hang out with you. You want to do something fun. They're down for new, exciting things, different things. They're down with trying it. So you tell them where you guys are going to go. You must set up the blueprint for them to fall in line. Please don't make this like, oh, she just said it like they're a dog or something. No, I don't mean it that way. I genuinely mean it from the heart, as in, what the fuck am I explaining myself up? Look, you either get it or you don't. No, let me stop. What I mean by this is, you know, how can I do this? Damn, I've been quite personal on this one. Okay, for example, like I want to go out. If I want to go out, I must have the kids set up for what they're doing while we're gone. I must be ready when my husband comes. Or when that day comes, I must be ready. The time I want to go, I must have all my I's dotted and my T's crossed. It sucks because, well, it doesn't suck. For some people, when it's new, it can suck because it's like, hit me with a surprise. You have to be the one to hit them with it. And I will tell you, personally, with me being with a Virgo, they do hit you with surprises. It, like the littlest shit, like randomly. You know, I'm a Taurus, if you don't know. Now you know. In tropical astrology, I am a Taurus. And the cutest shit my husband will do, like, we don't go out, like, all the time, but, like, small little things, like, he'll bring me home a king-size Snickers. Like, he, you know, he worked late, comes home, he'd be like, hey, I got this work. And I'm like, what? That's sweet. You know, it's the little things. Or like, to this day, one of the most randomest gifts my husband got me, and the most heartfelt, this hit like having a new baby. I'm not kidding you. Is for Christmas when I unwrapped my custom Bible with the international version so I can like understand it better. He got me a big one, exactly the way my grandmother gave it to me. I tell everyone that. Well, I shouldn't be telling everyone, but I do. Because even though I do everything, you know, and sometimes I want, you know, like hit me with the, and he will every couple years. For real, for real. You know, he might hit me with a surprise out of nowhere and be like, hey, I rode past this restaurant a couple times, and he'll be like, you know, let's take the kids to the moms. And it means that much more. It's like, wow. So, you're dealing with someone like that. It can get exhausting. They might go to the trash, have a soda can, and for some reason leave it on the counter instead of taking the 2 fucking steps to put it in the goddamn trash can. They might drive you crazy. They might get so into like their work and be so devoted into their craft that it leaves you like, damn, don't you see me? And they see you, but they don't see it in the point as them losing you because they're so emotionally invested in you. This is the kind of connection you're looking at. All right. This is what this person is. So yes, is it a lot of work on your part? Yes. Do you have to tell them what you want? Yes. And is it in all aspects? Yes. Do not assume that they just know anything, because this is a person that doesn't. If it's not like a lab thing, they don't know. And that's another thing I like to point out to people. When you're dealing with people that are like in like science and stuff like that, it's so obvious, but people miss it. They like to discover. They love the challenge of breaking things down. And this is why someone in that world would pursue you in your world, because it's like you're foreign. It's like, hey, what is this? And you've piqued their interest and you've ignited something in them. First, it was just an intellectual thing. You caught their attention and they're looking at you, but then you hit their heart space. And it's like, what is this? Can't sleep without you type thing. Even if the two of you haven't laid together, they want to talk to you before they go to bed. Even something as small as in have a good night means a lot to them because they crave you. Now they crave you like their art. And I never forget when I told this woman that, once, she was like, I'm not a lab rat. She was so freaking stank this whole conversation. I'm not gonna cap with you guys. And I told her, I said, to him you are. She was like, what? I said, yeah, to him you're a fucked up lab rat. That's the attraction you have. Lose that element of the relationship and he'll lose interest in you. I never forget that. She sent me a text, like a lengthy text that night. And then, I didn't even text her back. I just called her. It was like late too, and I called. And she didn't answer, so I kept calling until she picked up the phone. And then I explained it to her because she was really funky throughout the whole reading. But anyways, my reason for telling you that is this. You are foreign territory and he likes it, but he doesn't know because he hasn't dated that often, or she. I'm using it, I'm speaking like in my terms, but it could be a she that is with you and you might be like, damn, she's really not feeling me. She's really not interested. That's not the case. She is, but this is new to her. Give her a book and let her read it front to back and she can conclude it. She knows how to put herself within that story. She also knows how to fix the problems that was within that story. You, my friend, are a book that they have never read. So you have to, and look at Gemini, don't act like your ass ain't bossy. Don't act like you don't like it. Yes, you like the spontaneity as well, but you like, okay, well, do this. If you tell them to do this XYZ and in a timely fashion, it gets done. But you also, unless y'all are into like BDSM type thing, dominatrix type thing like that, then, they might not like you saying, hey, take your cans and put them in fucking trash. They might not like that, But if you explain to them like, hey, you're 2 steps away from the trash can and it makes me feel like I'm your mother or I'm your father. I got to clean up after you like you're a toddler because you can't take the extra steps to throw them away. Why is that? And they might be like, it's not that big of a deal, and they may respond that way, but also see it this way. They may not respond that way and they might not see it as that big of a deal. So then you have to go into the areas of explaining how it makes you feel. Don't just explode. Just tell them how it makes you feel. Maybe telling them it makes me feel like, you're not a toddler, just put it in the trash. They may take that as you insulting them. So you might just feel like, hey, I'm not a housemaid. I clean up this house so you have a clean space to be able to think. Same for me. I like a clean house. It makes me feel good. It keeps things looking fresh and brand new. And when you leave your can on the counter for me to toss or smash and put in a recycle, or rinse, smash and put in a recycle bin, it's like you feel like I don't have more things to do myself. And since it's important to me, I'll just take care of it. But I need you to meet me halfway in some things so I don't feel like I'm being used. Do you see the difference in that? Like so learn them. They're learning you and they're excited about it. But when it comes to like dating and stuff, honey, you may be a club hopper and they not, but that is not going to stop them from taking you to the club. And they ain't going to sit in the car. They come in the club with you. You might know how to pop, lock, and drop it. What's it called? Twerk it. Look, shaking that thing. You might know how to shake that thing. And they might not know what to do with it at first. But give them a chance to work with the rhythm, And they'll catch up, and they'll keep up. But you got to teach them. Okay? I did all of that. But communication, when you get a 5 of Swords and advice, honey, you have to think about how communication, that's all it is. Don't let it build up and then you explode. And they're like, hey, what happened? You're like, no, what? This isn't working. I don't want to be with you anymore. Now you got this person sitting outside your goddamn window because they're like, hey, what did I do wrong? Let me fix this. I can fix this. It's like, no, you can't fix it. It's done. Nothing's ever done. This is not an inconclusive project. You catch my drift. Let's look at your outcome. I pretty much probably already summed up your outcome, but let's look at the outcome. Going through the motions. Oh, you got Ace of Goals. Ace of Cups is really beautiful for our outcome. This is promising for new love, growth, and love. And love in its most purest, it's like puppy love. That's how I look at the Ace of Ghost. It's puppy love. It's also very fragile. Okay? So it shows me that this is a very sensitive union for you and for your person. You two are kind of like on eggshells. One of you got to be bold and take control. So go on, put your commander hat on. Yeah. Do you, boo. Not like it. You take the lead. You never know. Them type of people really do. Let me not get like that. Okay, so bottom of the deck, you have 3 of Bats. Now, what I will say here for having 3 of the Bats as a conclusion for a reading is there is going to be, it's going to be so good that it's going to cause one of you to break. And I want to say, Gemini, it's you. There is a such thing as in things being so perfect that now all that you kept hidden, all those wounds that you just like looked in the back, patched the Band-Aid on and went on about your way, that is going to resurface. They're going to help you and heal you through this, but it does show a promising relationship, a beautiful union between the two of you. Got the type of person that when you cry, they're going to wipe your tears. And it's also the type of person that knows what you need. Once they know you, they're going to know how to take care of you. Like, be there for you. Your smile, your happiness will be their lifeline. Some people, that could be a turn off. Others, it could be a turn on. I don't know you personally. But what I do know is when it comes to this individual, your happiness, your joy is their heartbeat. You understand? And it's not, I'm not saying that you're not going to reciprocate that. I'm just letting you know that this may ensue. And yeah, see? Heavy emotions. I'm saying, see, like you know the cards. It's 3 of Bats. We have the 3 of Pumpkins. We also have the Chariot, and we have the 5 of Pentacles, okay? You do not have to go at this battle alone. This emotional roller coaster that you are going to endure, they're not the one that's causing it. They're the one that is built. They're fit to help you through it. You understand? All right, Jim, that is what I got for you. It is beautiful reading for you. I do appreciate your time and your attention. It does mean the world to me. Also understand, look, we can't always control what happens in our life, you know, what comes to our life, the challenges that we're presented with. But what we can control at 100% is the way we respond to it. So do well to set boundaries and fiercely enforce them. Boundaries are for you, they're not for your person. And also, move with integrity. When you move with integrity, no matter how the chips fall, you know that you stood on business. You understand? Do that, and it ensures, you know, you will move with love. Always remember love too. Always remember love. Even if you don't get the love that you know you deserve, don't allow that to change who you are. Don't. All right? All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.